Welcome to Find the Air Pollution Source, presented by the Maricopa County Air Quality Department. Let's start out today's lesson by just breathing for 1 minute. The happy face on the screen is the timer. When the happy face disappears, 1 minute will be up. So take a deep breath in and let it out. Take another breath in and let it out. While you're breathing, I want you to imagine how much air you're taking in and out of your lungs in just 1 minute. So if we could measure it by volume being the amount of space something takes up, and we had a bottle with a volume of, let's say, 1 liter, how many 1 liter bottles of air are you breathing in and out of your lungs in 1 minute? Our time is almost up, but keep breathing. And time's up. Let's find out how many liters of air you breathed in during that 1 minute. So students, I want you to choose the number you think is the correct answer. Is it A, 2 liters, B, 5 liters, C, 50 liters, or D, 10 liters? Teachers, pause the video to discuss with your class. Welcome back. Let's find out. The correct answer is 10 liters of air. And that's really an average. So on average, it's 8 to 10 liters of air. That's a lot of air. I couldn't drink 8 to 10 liters of water in 1 minute, but that's how much air I typically breathe in the same amount of time. With 60 minutes in an hour and 24 hours in a day, that quickly adds up to a lot of air. Because we depend on air and the oxygen in the air for life, it's important to understand what's in the air. Air is made up of a mixture of invisible gases. It's approximately 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Less than 1% are gases that include hydrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and others. Natural events like volcanic eruptions and human activities can add pollution to the air. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is air pollution? Well, an air pollutant is any substance in the air that can cause harm to humans or the environment. Let's take a look at some common activities that create air pollution in Maricopa County, starting with smoke from burning wood in fireplaces and outdoor fire pits. This is a big problem, especially during the winter season when temperatures are cooler, and around the holidays when people like to have a fire going in their fireplace or in their outdoor fire pit. Next is dust from unpaved roads and parking lots, as well as construction sites. Remember, we live in the desert where our soils are very dry and dusty. Car exhaust from burning gasoline in car engines is another major source. And finally, emissions from businesses, factories, and power plants. Those can also add pollution to the air. Let's see how air pollution can dramatically increase in just a few hours. This video shows how air pollution built up between 8 a.m. and noon on New Year's Day, 2016. So you can see right there how the pollution and that sort of smoggy layer of air is increasing. And then by noon, you can see a thick layer of smog hanging over the valley where people are breathing it in. Air pollution is especially bad for children, the elderly, and people with asthma or other health conditions. High levels of air pollution can make it hard for sensitive people to breathe, sending them to emergency rooms and urgent care centers, especially on days when we have high pollution advisories. Let's learn a little bit more about how air pollution can affect our lungs.
A city covered by a brown cloud. For years, Phoenix has failed to meet government health standards for air pollution. If you're exercising or working outdoors on a bad air day, you could be damaging your lungs. Staying healthy is about what you know, not just what you see. When you breathe, air travels into your lungs through a system of tiny tubes called bronchioles. These tubes carry air to small sacs that deliver oxygen to your bloodstream. In healthy lungs, the air flows freely. But when you breathe polluted air, dust particles can block the passageways, making your lungs less efficient. As dust builds up, your body produces mucus to trap it. But some of the smallest particles still manage to get into your blood and heart. The pollution you can see comes from a mixture of dust from unpaved roads, construction sites, vehicle exhaust, power plants, fireplaces, and other sources. There are two types of dust particles: coarse, which are about 1/7 the size of a strand of hair, and fine, which are smaller than a red blood cell. The coarse particles, known as PM10, accumulate in lung passages, forcing your body to work harder. You cough and wheeze as your lungs try to expel what you've inhaled. The fine dust particles, or PM2.5, can be even more dangerous. These tiny particles can travel deep into the lungs, bloodstream, and heart. They can contribute to a buildup in arteries, clogged blood vessels, and damaged lung tissue. Ozone, the pollution you can't see, has its own dangers by causing your lungs and airways to swell. It produces an effect almost like sunburn, inflaming and irritating the tissues. Even when the air is clear, it can still be harmful to kids. Children breathe air faster than adults, so they tend to inhale more pollution. Children exposed to dirty air for many years grow up with lungs that are less efficient than they should be. So how can you protect yourself? During high pollution alerts, people with heart or breathing ailments should stay indoors, and even healthy people should avoid too much outdoor exercise. And everyone can help reduce pollution by driving less, joining a carpool, and observing no burn days.
How can we tell how much pollution is in the air and how it might affect our health? The Maricopa County Air Quality Department has a network of 23 air monitoring stations located throughout Maricopa County. And on the screen, you can see a screenshot of our online map. Each colored dot on the map marks the location of an air monitoring station. On the day this screenshot was taken, some of the stations are showing as green while others are yellow. The dots will change colors depending on the air quality index, which uses colors and numbers to communicate to people how good or bad the air is and how it might affect their health. On this particular day, the air quality, as you can see, was good to moderate. Green indicates the air quality was good near those monitors, while yellow indicates the air quality was moderate or okay near those monitors. If we started to see orange dots, that would indicate the air is unhealthy for those who are sensitive to air pollution. Remember, that's our friends with asthma, the elderly, children, and anyone with health conditions like heart or lung disease. As we move into the red, purple, and maroon categories, the air becomes unhealthy for everyone, and in some cases, actually even hazardous. Most businesses that emit air pollutants must apply for an air quality permit, which regulates emissions at the source. Air quality inspectors inspect permitted businesses and air pollution sources to ensure compliance. They also investigate citizen complaints. In 2022, the Maricopa County Air Quality Department air quality inspectors conducted 9,479 business inspections and investigated 3,821 complaints. Let's take a look behind the scenes.
Hi, my name is Sean Sandy, Senior Inspector with Maricopa County Air Quality. We have about 22 monitors throughout the valley. These air monitors are extremely important because they are recording and sending information to the EPA.
Generally what we here in the valley, we have ozone problems and particulate problems, both dust, which is the big haboobs that come in, and then PM2.5 is the smoke, and that can be from diesel cars or also people starting from fireplaces.
When there's higher emissions and there's more exceedances, then there's more regulation and there's more fines.
Which is bad.
Very bad. When there's a spike in the monitors, we receive alerts and then we react accordingly.
Where is the camera located?
It's right there. So you get the little windmill to the right of it. So before the cameras, when the alarms would go off at a monitor like Durango, you'd have to base it on your experience, going to the monitor and then scanning the perimeter.
And usually it took us an hour to drive out there, and by that time the values were low and we didn't know what was going on.
You can see the little node on the top right there of the box. That's taking data in. So now that we have the camera here, oh, this is the camera over here on the Durango monitor. I'll be able to log in on my computer, pinpoint the location of the emissions, and then move directly to the source instead of having to canvass the area, potentially looking around for problems that don't exist. We estimated approximately $6,500 saved a year on things like gas. The Rapid Response Program is all about the name, Rapid Response. So you want to be able to receive the data, evaluate the data, and then respond accordingly and document our findings. That is the #1 goal of this program. These cameras are just invaluable.
Now it's time for you to use your STEM skills to solve an air pollution mystery. You are an air quality inspector and have received 3 complaints from residents who live in a new housing development. The neighborhood is located near a gas station, a fast food restaurant with a drive-through, and a factory. A construction site and unpaved road are also nearby where more homes are being built. The residents in the 3 houses in red on the map believe smoke from the factory is causing health problems such as coughing, headaches, and asthma attacks. You will act as an air quality inspector and work in a group to investigate the complaints. You must decide if the factory smoke is making the residents ill or if another air pollution source is responsible. In your group, cut out the air pollution source cards and read the information on the back of each card. Consider the distance from each source to the houses, the type of pollutants emitted by the source, the health effects of each pollutant, and the air quality index values near the sources. Identify the air pollutant responsible for the residents' health problems using the information on these cards. Once you've identified the problem, you will use the engineering design process to propose a solution. Describe your solution using the steps outlined on the engineering design process template. Ask, imagine, plan, and create. Then don't forget to share your solution with your classmates and ask for feedback to improve your design. Good luck. Now that you understand the importance of clean air, you can become a clean air champion too. There are many actions everyone can take to help reduce air pollution and improve air quality. These are just a few. If you live close enough to school to bike or walk, then do that instead of driving in a car, or carpool with a friend to take at least one vehicle off the road. You can also ride public transit, such as the light rail or the bus. Avoid idling in long drive-through lines at fast food restaurants and pharmacies. Park your car and go inside. Or if you must stay in line and you're going to be in line for more than 10 seconds, turn your engine off and then restart when it's time to move ahead in line. This will not only help protect the air, it will save you gas and money. Also, you can fuel up after dark to help reduce ground level ozone, which is so important, especially during the months of April through September when we have hotter temperatures and longer hours of daylight. Become a clean air champion today. Visit cleanairmakemore.com to explore other free educational resources, including online lessons, a virtual escape room, and so much more. For more information, contact Jenny Frank, Education Outreach Coordinator at aqdeducationoutreach@maricopa.gov. Thank you for watching.